Hmm. All right. How we doing, guys? Is this thing working now? Okay, there it goes. Sorry, I was fucking couldn't get the like ingest server to connect for some reason. I've been having problems with that all week. Good morning. How's everyone's weekend been? Oh, there we go. Let me see what's going on with the nerds. All right. What do you guys want to go over? There's like no one here. B to you. It's doing good. Starting to pick up with commodities. It usually does, right? Energy demand goes up, coal demand goes up. Are there other good levels for CSPs? No, did you miss the bottom? Sure, it could go back to 20, but if it did, would you want to buy it? Can I make 20K for her hurricane relief? Come on, Pickles Fix. I don't have shares anymore, so okay with assignment. Um, I don't know. If it breaks 27, I usually go long options at 23 actually, but I think I've missed that entry. Um, I would probably go long options at 27, like leaps, maybe out of the money, wait for some consolidation. It's getting pretty near the like prior high from like earlier this year. So we might get a little bit of selling from some dip buyers. That might give a pullback to like trend. Might not. China opened up like a swap facility this week, so that's kind of bolstering things. Yeah, I mean this looks bullish as fuck, right? I don't know what to say. We had like a fairly extended period of accumulation, but it's going back up again, and this looks very similar to the breakout we had like back in 2022 when it fucking ripped. Um, is Toyota a pick? I mean, we can look at it. So Toyota's interesting, right? It's trading at insanely low historic valuations, right? And it looks like it's finding some buyers right around here. hold on, let me go out to the daily. Right? That range. So actually the weekly seems a little better. I would probably be interested in buying somewhere in that green area. Like under 170, but probably would be a little spooked if it went below 155. I think they benefit a little bit from an increase in yen. Although that will take time to realize. Margins fell in quarter 4, which has hurt the price a bit, but they'll probably start to trend back up. Especially if actual rates move down. That might be that might be an issue, right? If rates remain elevated for a lot longer, it could drag on them. But like their price to book right now is 1.06, which is, the sorry, which is one of the lowest price to book values they've had since like 2017. Although I will admit it hasn't been great. But price to earnings are at 7.06, which is really fucking terrible. That's not bad, right? I mean, like, 584 billion in assets, net debt's like 194, right? So book value should be like 164, which is trading just a touch above. Um, but I could see it being, carrying a little bit of a stronger multiple. It generally doesn't drop a lot, right? I mean, the history of the company, it's gotten more volatile as the years have passed, but the trend is fairly continuous, right? Like they make more and more money as auto prices go up. It's so just kind of a cheap price near bottom of trend for them. How do I feel like that's not in the right spot and this moved? Oh, it did. That's why it's all fucked up. Wasn't a log chart. So I'm kind of interested. I'm gonna look into their financials a bit more, go over some quarterly and annual statements. Um, I could also see a case of them raising their dividend. Currently, their payout ratio is really low relative to cash flows, right? So, like if we look at cash flows, so cash flows in quarter 1 were kind of down a bit, but annual cash flows are starting to claw back up from 2022, 29.09 billion. The current trailing 12 months is like 23 billion. Free cash flows have been just a little bit negative. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I think a higher valuation is probable. I don't know about the time frame though. That's the thing I'm probably most concerned with. Is this could take a while. It might not, but it could. It could take like months. But yeah, it did look kind of interesting. I was just doing it as like looking at it as like a joke. So I was like arguing with someone on Discord, but it ended up being a lot more interesting. New pimento? No, it's not a pimento. That's just like where I would buy shares, like the range. So it's like 169 down to like 157. So I would DCA if it held that trend, like the long-term trend. Yeah. Gross. Why is that brown? Maybe. If I had a nickel. Remember the last time I got bullish on something that I looked up as a joke? Which one? All of them, actually. Actually, the last one was BNED. And that squeezed 700%. Oh god, you're making another Colt? Toyota Colt? It's not that cheap. BNED was sweet. I was green on it for 30 seconds. Yeah, but then you sold, right? And then it fucking went up 700%. You also didn't sell the two prior tops, but we're not going to get into that. I'm a diehard fan of Toyota. I'm down. I like Toyota too, not gonna lie. I've also been really torn between the fuck is that? Celsius and Monster. I want to go long Celsius, but I'm also long Monster, and I feel like I'm over allocated into energy drinks. Or maybe I'm under allocated into energy drinks. I was calling it Revlon long before you got in. I remember that. Yeah. You were the one who kept bringing it up. And I was like, it looks like garbage. Revlon was the most fun I've ever had making $100,000 and then losing it. Drinks have high margins. Yeah, they do. I think both of their PEs are just a little under where they should be. Monster especially. They have no doubt. I've been long Monster since like 46, I think. But Monster's looking shaping up to move back up to like 58, 60. I could see a long-term target higher than the prior high. You're welcome. It's my birthday today. Happy birthday, Bearcase. I could have done anything today. Here I am. Yeah, let me find you. Here you go, man. That's for you. Bring back the 2000s. Let's get Monster and Jägermeister. I did all my DD last night. I'm just here to see how wrong I was on everything. Excellent. Anyway, yeah, so that's Toyota, Monster, Celsius. I'm long leaps on Celsius right now. But I might start to add shares. I was gonna trim Monster to buy them, but I don't think I will. I think I'm just gonna go double long energy drinks like an asshole. I can't wait to lose 5%. It's gonna be dope. Anyway, what else? PBR has been kind of starting to pick back up. Dole, have you guys noticed that Dole rocketed? I know you have. What else? Series moving up again. That's kind of fun. I wish BNet would go back to $6. What's GoEV doing? I know some of you fucking dipshits own this. Oh, hey, it looks like it's starting to bottom out a bit. Hmm. They're either going out of business or not. BNet's still chilling on its trend line. Getting shorted right now. Tup's out of business. Fubo? Fubo looks pretty good. Not a lot of covering, but a little bit of it, which tends to lead to more. Probably some increased expectations going into earnings. The bump in IV will put pressure on the short call positions. Get fucked, Atomic. Are they going to become Pickles picks? No, because I think risk in the sector is a little bit higher than what I would allow for Pickles picks. But higher risk, higher returns. I mean, do some research on them. I don't think I'm going to write them up though. Monster was a Pickles pick when I was just long, like when I was long a bunch of options, and it did really well. But Celsius, I don't think so. I think it's too risky. Upstart might still keep moving up. God, Ryan Cohen ruined GME. Look at the fucking arbitrage on GME until he diluted the fuck out of it. Just gone. Hate that guy. He's such a piece of shit. So of course he has a cult of avid followers. Larry will buy soon, not until he writes an essay about it. And then he'll buy like 5,000 shares and then write an entire like short story. Did you guys ever read the AI Larry Chen Twitter post? The fan fiction? Oh, it's in I posted it. Just look up me and Larry Chen. It's in the GME channel. It's fucking hysterical. I had ChatGPT analyze all his tweets and then write a short story that would imitate his prior tweets. I read the whole thing on stream one time. He has the personality of a used after dinner man. You catch up with the stream later after a knockdown drag out 3 hours of old guy baseball action. Go my team. Have fun with the softball. Is it softball or hardball? Good morning, Bob. Bob Vance of Vance Refrigeration. 4.36 stars on Yelp. You gotta talk to your customer service team. I feel like that's like an old saying. Hardball wood bats, 9 innings. Retro. You guys gotta mix it up. You gotta use aluminum bats and wiffle balls. Alright, I'm gonna go. Let's just get the quants on here early. What's up, guys?
Oh shit! I thought we had more time.
No. No, I'm gonna interrupt whatever you're doing. Probably pulling stuff out of Dork's ass.
So, anyways, Jay Fresh, yeah, that was what I recommended.
We're working on Gamma Strike, but we can stop. This is more important.
Is it?
No, but it's okay.
No, I don't think so.
What's the cake? What's the cake on the stream? What's that? What's going on there?
Oh, the cake was for Bear Case. It's their birthday. I don't know, guy or girl.
Bear Case, provide your gender, please, so we can address you appropriately.
No, your pronouns, not gender. All right, we need the pronouns.
Isn't that this? I don't know.
I mean, it could be, but you could have a different.
Doesn't the pronoun reflect your gender? Isn't that
our
like
job?
I guess you're right. Yeah.
And look at stocks, not to consider the way people want
Hey,
to be. Just call them.
I'm not the one who put a pretty princess cake on the stream for.
Those things are delicious. All right, you want some fucking plain ass vanilla cake with confetti on top?
What is his
strawberry cakes or strawberry icing?
God damn it! I'm doing. What is their gender? Is they a gender? Am I still assuming their gender?
I just always say they. They is the safest.
But isn't that also a gender?
It's gender neutral, so I always go with gender neutral pronouns these days. Yeah,
I say dude, but apparently that's not okay.
It's pretty gender neutral.
I'm an old man. Okay, that works. So the princess cake is perfect.
Yeah.
You're old enough that you're not feeling any way about it. It's just a tasty cake.
Yeah.
And yeah, better to have your participants happy than you.
It looks pretty.
Yeah. It's got some sort of weird frosting drip effect on top, but I'm not too sure about. But
is this a ChatGPT picture?
No.
The fondant crown is kind of gaudy, but
Wow, what was you don't even really know. It could be.
It looks like somebody spilled cum on top of it. Now that I'm taking a better look at it.
It's like a really liquidy, like silver frosting. They just like dolloped on in little drips.
That's terrible.
But the crown, I think, is the ultimate faux pas, because just a giant blob of fondant that no one's gonna want.
Yeah, you just throw it out. That's what you should do with fondant anyway.
Right, it's the cardboard of fucking confectionery. Like, it's what you use when you can't figure out how to make something stand on its own. So you just fucking pump it full of fondant and make it taste like, I don't know, nothing.
Well, you never know if it was AI generated. If you type in baby ostrich into Google, keep baby ostrich into Google image search, like half of them are AI generated.
It's about to be 99.98% of them, because they're training on those search results too.
If dude is gender neutral, go ask a random man how many dudes they've slept with. Tell me what they say.
All right. Anyway, stocks.
Yeah, stocks.
Stocks
That's
are cool.
Point. Stocks are cool. Not right now, because they're all at Gamma Max, but that hasn't stopped Nvidia from gaining more value this last week.
Yeah.
Well, it's because it's Nvidia, right?
Google, Google and Microsoft still look like shit.
Oh,
Apple's still trading in a $5 range.
at extremely elevated values.
Yeah. AMD started to fail this week finally.
Well, it's because they didn't unveil enough AI.
Hmm.
Yeah. And Nvidia, and really by extension, everything is going up
Wait, so has one of these
because
companies made money yet from AI?
No. Well,
uh,
Nvidia.
just the chip sellers, yeah.
No.
Okay. I just want to be clear.
TSMC's revenues are starting to go up, so they're starting. It'll be interesting to see how that impacts the earning margin for Nvidia because you know there's only one piece of there's only one pie, right? And now TSMC is trying to take more of it.
Yep.
We'll see. But yeah, Jensen's been going on a world tour saying that demand for Blackwell is insane. So yeah, so Nvidia go up.
Regardsky pointed out earlier that his Twitter is now just like full of these like cautionary and backtracking statements that sound like he's building like a legal defense.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, at some point it's going to stop. I mean, at some point the hyperscalers are going to get pushed back for all this capex with
Yeah.
no revenue because AI doesn't do anything. I don't
Well, you
know
know
how
what
many
this
more
really is, right? This is all just a
quarters they
fucking.
can get away with it.
This is all just a ploy to get every single ounce of data that they possibly can. That's really all this is.
But they're
And then,
paying too much for it doesn't. No, I don't think so. I really think that they're just run by morons who are. I mean, I still think the only reason that any of them are fighting for this is because ChatGPT in the end of 2022 rocketed to 100 million users, the fastest any platform ever has, and they saw that and said, "Okay, next big thing, all in." And now they're kind of too far in, and they're like, "All right, how do we actually make money from this shit?"
ooh, JFresh, I have an idea. What if we turn ChatGPT into a blank white piece of paper that we can tag people in so that we can collaborate more efficiently by using ChatGPT as a group to manage our products better.
Did you watch the Microsoft the
That's
UI
exactly
for
what I was
AI?
talking
Yeah,
about.
I watched that. Yeah, the new UI for AI. It's like, what the fuck is that? Oh, whoever came up with that should be fired.
No, they're getting like a cupcake in the mail, and then the shareholders are gonna get a huge bonus from it.
Didn't they say they're gonna start rolling some of that back or like delay the launch of it?
I just
I
want
don't
them
know.
to
I heard
fucking
I
roll
heard
back
about
the
it for
stock
like one
buybacks.
week, and then I just didn't hear about it anymore.
Like every AI product that has come out, it shows up and they make a big stink about it, and then that's it.
Yeah, are they ever gonna release Sora?
Fuck off. No, no way,
I
no
want to
way, dude.
start querying it so that I can have them burn massive piles of money.
That's what they're trying to avoid. But wait, sorry, no, that's not what they're trying to avoid, JFresh. It's too dangerous to release to the public.
That's right.
Yeah.
I just want to make that clear that that's why. It's not because it's incredibly expensive and that OpenAI is hemorrhaging money at an alarming rate and no one seems to give a shit. Except for the people who quit, who are at the very top, but they quit because of safety concerns. That's why. It was totally safety concerns and not because they're watching a company burned to the ground and don't want to be a part of that and want to make sure they get out with some equity. That's totally not it, guys.
Makes
Yeah, I don't
sense.
know.
Like
I still,
I wouldn't leave for that reason. I would only leave for safety concerns.
and I just want to make it clear as we pivot away from this AI discussion, which I am beyond sick of having. If I've been very critical of the movement and the hype, but if it could do the things that everybody's saying that it could potentially do one day, that'd be really awesome.
Oh
I just
yeah, it
don't
just
believe.
can't.
I just don't believe them, and I haven't been able to find a really useful way to utilize it. And I should be one of the people that this would be perfect for, right? I write things that I have to publish. I do data analysis on large sets of data. Like I have to ideate and come up with ideas. Like this should be perfect for me, and I can't find a way to use it.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm just waiting. I
I,
mean, do we think that this earning? Obviously, everything comes down to earnings now. The earnings season's ramping up. Do we think that this is the quarter, or do they find a way to
It's
keep
already
this
earnings
rolling?
season.
They
Fuck me.
they kind of got slapped around
wait,
last
hold on.
quarter,
One
right?
last thing before we walk away from AI. I wanted to show you this because I feel like it's a direct shout out to you.
Is it coming in the chat?
It's nope, it's coming. I'm gonna post it on the stream.
All right, hold on. Let me open the stream.
I could screenshot it for you if you don't care.
No, I'll open it up.
I usually leave the stream open because Girk does like to put things on there, and then that's it.
Yeah, it's up.
This
I
recent
don't
Wall
see it.
Street Journal article.
Oh yeah, that's Yan LeCun. Um, yeah, this is he's actually a I think he's a descendant of the Hinton who recently just won the Nobel Prize for physics somehow
Hmm.
for plagiarizing work on neural nets
Yeah.
from someone named Amari. Um, somehow that was physics, but I think this is if it's not a student, it's I'm pretty sure it is a student from a long time ago. But anyway, he's a professor at NYU now. Very big name. He works for Meta. He's like the head research guy at Meta somehow. I don't really understand, but yeah, he did an about face, but he was very critical of another AI guy, popular AI guy, Gary Marcus, who's been very critical of LLMs this whole time. And Ian was all about how LLMs were intelligent and they, emergent intellectual, intelligence as an emergent property from autocorrelations, which is what LLMs are. Um, and he's had to do an about face after he's been like undeniably proven wrong.
Yeah.
But at least he's I
Embracing it
mean,
and
from a
writing articles in the Wall Street Journal about how existential
yeah,
threats posed by
I mean
AI are
he's
complete
it's
bullshit.
there's an element of revisionist history where he's trying to erase his mistake, which I don't agree with, but he's at least done the about face in the face of new evidence, which is laudable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like just the bare minimum for being a research scientist. But what do I know? I don't have a
Yeah,
PhD.
it is the bare minimum. I think scientists who've been beaten around enough are pretty comfortable with being wrong. Uh,
Kathy Wood is buying big tech and selling Moderna.
I just
Kathy
want to
Wood,
say,
whose biggest asset is tax loss harvesting from now to eternity.
Here's what I want to say. Whose balls did Kathy Wood leave just blue? because someone hates her. Like, I've never seen somebody pick so many stocks so badly, so consistently. Like, the rate at which she consistently picks losers should theoretically be impossible.
Yeah.
Like she's the ultimate worst trader. Like, she has like 100% negative return rate on the whole fund.
God.
It's like,
It's incredible.
I mean, like someone has to just be using her ETFs for liquidity, right? And like just everything she buys, they just borrow against and burn to the ground. Like, it's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe that touches a little too close to home. I don't want to get back into the GME shit, so let's never mind.
Ooh,
Can I just
God,
point
yeah,
out really
no.
quick? So we brought up the Nobel Prize for physics being awarded to Jeffrey Hinton and those guys.
Yeah,
I just
fraudulently.
want to, I just want to point out how insanely fast that whole process went. When for the last few Nobel cycles, and for honestly pretty much all of them, there is at least like a 4-year process of verification and seeing applications. Like, if there weren't enough applications like for some sort of breakthrough in physics, it generally would be dismissed. And yet, and that was like directly in physics, and yet here we are, and this was pretty much like the paper showed up on their desk and they stamped it.
Now I'm just imagining that you spend like all of your time in like some darknet forum that gossips about like the Nobel approval process.
I mean, it's
Oh man, people get intense on the Nobel Prize. Like, there's people who like have predictions and like betting pools and probabilities, and it gets intense. It's weird.
Didn't some mathematician just solve something big?
I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, the
God,
thing
I was
is
reading
that
about it
like
the other night. I don't remember what
usually most Nobel Prizes are awarded. I mean, so they have to be alive when they're awarded, which can be a challenge because usually they wait until
the
there
person's
is,
dead.
no, they wait until there's some evidence of great impact, right? Somewhere. It can be just within a research community, but it should ideally have, big societal impact. Um, yeah, and so it's just kind of funny because these have had no impact outside of AI research, which, in my experience, usually when there's this many people working so hard on one problem and making so little progress, it means nobody knows what the fuck they're doing.
It reminds me of carbon nanotubes. Like the carbon
Yeah,
nanotube
yeah.
craze of like the early 2000s.
Which bled into graphene. Yeah, it was part of
Yeah.
that. So many people, we spent so much time talking about, thinking about it. Used precisely nowhere today.
I still think the self-lubricating dildo is right around the corner, guys.
For you, it is.
That's true.
But I warn you, the dildo of consequence rarely comes lubed.
I mean, isn't a self-lubricating dildo just a popsicle? Just use a popsicle.
That'd be cold. That'd be
Oh yeah, you make a
cold.
popsicle out of water-based lubricant. Ooh,
And a waste of a
you're a genius.
popsicle. Does water-based lubricant freeze? I feel like its freezing point's probably well below the freezing point of actual water.
Well, so that's the thing, is we got to engineer it so
So
that
now you're
its
gonna get
melting point is like
frostbite in your asshole.
no. So you
Ants. Let's face
engineer it so
you
that
have
its
ants.
freezing point is like 98.5 degrees Fahrenheit, right? So
You
that
just
way,
wake up and your ass is full of
It's
ants.
fucking solid at room temperature.
yeah.
You'd be better off making a dildo out of peanut butter. You need some like
I mean-
hydrolyzed fats for that. You're out of your mind. You're not getting a water to freeze at 98 degrees Fahrenheit. That's just called metal.
Gallium, yeah.
Gallium dildo. Wait, no, that would actually melt. Gallium melts in your hand.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing
So
is
you
you need
just
to make
stick it
sure it
up your
melts.
ass, wait for it to melt, and then
Well, no,
poop it
you
back into
start
the
using it.
mold.
You start using it, and then you get like a thin film of gallium
No, the
to
whole thing would just
lubricate.
melt. It would just turn into liquid.
Okay, you get like a solid like couple pumps out of it, right?
You and your
No,
Terminator,
you
liquid
fill it,
Terminator looking asshole.
you fill it, you fill it, you fill it with gallium, and then have outlet ports for it to ooze out of as it's melting.
Is your asshole refrigerated, Mikey? Frosted glizzies.
Please,
God, I
Or
hate
the
things.
please
Sometimes I
talk.
think
or
about
the
what we
close
talk about and think that there's eternal evidence of these conversations recorded.
or or the close cousin of the frosted glizzy, the Alaskan pipeline.
Mm.
It's two nicknames for the same thing, right?
No,
Uh,
yeah, look it up. I'm not gonna
I'm not
repeat it
gonna look
here.
it up. How about I don't?
You're gonna look it up later.
God damn it.
I'm just gonna keep all of my metaphors and similes will be in reference to the Alaskan pipeline until you look it up because
I
you won't be
just
able
I
to
just
think of
want
anything else.
10,000 years from now someone discovers this conversation
Well, no, this it's what's funny is
and
it's like
writes
the
a
only
research paper
conversation.
about it.
It's the only conversation from this time that they have, so they assume everybody's like us.
Yeah. Yeah. Just completely deranged
Yes.
and perpetually online.
Oh yeah.
I
Of
mean,
course.
this is just what happens when the market just goes straight up with reckless abandon and nothing fun happens.
Yeah, and
It just
speaking of which, not a lot more room for the market to go straight up with reckless abandon. Um it's kind of
yeah, we've been
running it's
saying
kind
that
of
for
running out
what,
of
a year now.
well, I mean, okay, I don't mean long term, but I mean in the short term. We are nearing what I assume is an incorrect gamma max value.
Oh, fuck off.
How dare you?
I know.
You just insulted two people at the same time, Jay
Talk
Fresh.
down to your quants in public.
It's okay. There's like no one here after we just talked about gallium dildos for 25 minutes.
Yeah, I noticed that. They are starting to come back in a little bit. So we found the one thing that people,
Just don't want to hear about.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm here and I'm rock hard. Oh, you know what it is? I forgot to tweet that the stream was live. And
Well,
I started it an hour late.
yeah, it is what it is. Well, this gives us the opportunity to have a kind of just a weird stream because it's just kind of everything's a little off today.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
first off,
starting
I
an
want to
hour late.
address these Gamma Max accusations. I just want to go ahead and get it out there. Girk,
Mm.
suck my balls.
Yeah,
That is
well,
all.
you know, I would if you got the values right, and then you could have all the chortling you want.
Now, how about you take a
Sure.
big old gallium dildo and you put it right square up your butt?
Well, we're gonna hear about that from Dork every day.
I
for
want
the
to
next
say
year
that
at the
my
beginning of the
Monte
stream.
Carlo, aka Girk's
Oh
Wiener,
God, I'm
has
leaving.
nailed the MM's options pricing for the following day every day for like 6 weeks now.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Hold the
Like
phone
to
here,
the
Girk. Are you
bip.
telling? Are you telling me? Are you telling me, Girk, that
Market
a
makers.
statistical distribution that shows where the mean values have been is somewhat of a suggestion of where people who are trading those statistical mean values are going to end up pushing pricing, barring any external influences? Holy crap!
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
No way,
no,
dude.
more that I've just got it. I've got it nailed down for SPX.
This is it's MACD. I hope you know.
Fuck you.
It's MACD.
Shh.
Yeah, it actually
No,
is MACD.
it's
I
prettier.
agree with Dork.
I'm glad we're in agreement on something, Jay Fresh.
It's just a
You guys are
more
just jealous
data
because my values
intensive.
are accurate. That's all.
it's a fancy MACD.
Yeah.
You've got a 68% chance of being somewhere between 58.50 and 59.50. That's what this tells me.
No, there's an 89% chance of the price going up.
Yeah, because the price has been going up.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. I've got a longer trail on it than that.
Wait. Let me pop open MACD on SPX really quick. Hold on. Indicators, MACD. All
We're
right.
doing it. Thumbs off.
Have you looked at the MACD on SPX, Kirk? On the daily?
Shut your face.
No wonder it's at a fucking 89% probability of going up. Hold on. I demand that you share this with the stream. Pop open the MACD on SPX on the daily.
Wait, this isn't
All
on
right.
the daily. It's on the 30-minute.
A 30-minute. Well, fine. Show it on the daily anyways, because that's exactly what we need. Look at that shit.
I don't know how to read MACD.
Dude. Shocking that we have an 89% chance of going up when our moving average convergence is converging to vertical.
Actually, MACD is kind of weak right now.
No, the short signal just crossed back over the long signal. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. But volume's well, whatever it's interpreting as volume here. What's it doing with that?
Well, that's just the divergence measurement, right? So it's converging in a bullish ass fucking trend.
Yeah, we're going up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's shocking, I know, but when the market's going up really strongly, it looks like it's going to continue going up really strongly.
This is going out to Jan 25 on the daily. I didn't even know this worked on the daily. Anyway, it's
now that we've shat on your indicator enough, I'm sure it's plenty accurate because people trade MACD.
No, market makers use Monte Carlos to price options,
aka MACD.
Yeah.
You know it's fun. I kind of want to talk about this because it's a question I had this week, and I would like to get away from us just bashing each other and calling each other stupid. It's probably not good for our brand.
Probably yeah.
JP Morgan Chase released their earnings on Friday.
Ooh, I saw that.
And one of the things that they noted on the first page was that in the consumer banking, deposits went down 9%.
Yep. Deposits fell across all of the major banks that reported.
Wells Fargo was flat-ish to slightly down, yeah.
Yeah.
But Chase was like 9%. It was let me pull it up. Chase. I can't remember if that was year over year, quarter over quarter.
That was quarter over quarter. That would be pretty crazy.
Yeah, it can't be quarter over quarter.
If it is quarter over quarter, then it's time to short bonds.
It's 2% down quarter over quarter, 8% down year over year. Client investment assets up 21%. Everyone's net charge-off rates went up. Investment banking fees up 31% year over year. Nice. Down 4% quarter over quarter, though. Markets revenue up 8%. Fixed income markets and flat, and equity markets up 27%. So this is for I forget what all these was. CIB, commercial and industrial, I think. Yeah, commercial and investment bank. So let's see. Average banking and payment loans down 2% year over year, down 1% quarter over quarter. Average client deposits up 7% year over year, up 3% quarter over quarter.
Hmm.
So like all the money seems to be flowing out of credit, or sorry, out of like bank accounts and into investment accounts.
Yeah.
Wait, so
Right.
you're telling me
So
that people would rather invest in the stock market than keep their money in a savings account?
yeah, I think what this is just saying is that bonds suck.
They do, dude. Bonds are fucking trash. I'm shocked they're fucking as low as they are.
It's because the banks would fail if they weren't.
I
That's
I
the only
mean,
reason. That's the
I'm
only
gonna
reason I can come up with. I can't imagine that everybody in the bond market is this stupid.
no.
No, no. It's I mean it's an intentional byproduct of Fed policy, right? The Fed is trying to oscillate the rate environment
And
in
the
order to bail the
treasury.
banks out, and the treasury, yeah, because the banking risk is systemic and huge, and they have no other way of addressing it.
Other than time,
Yeah,
30 years.
time, lots of time oscillating the yields between oh my god inflation's coming to oh my god we're in a recession, and we're just gonna I feel like we're just gonna go back and forth between those for like the next 5 years.
Well, it's just really funny. I mean, I think I've been pretty clear that month over month is noise.
Yeah.
And nothing more clearly represents that than if you go on like financial Twitter or financial X. I guess we'll just call it Finks. I'm gonna call it
Okay,
Finks. That
fix.
sounds disgusting. I don't know what
Finks.
Finks is, but I
Oh, ooh,
sounds disgusting.
can we call like individual financial X influencers Finks?
Yes,
Nice. Okay, I'm on board with
exactly.
that.
Yeah, Finks. So the Finks on X, half of them are saying the economy is great, and half of them are saying it's terrible,
Hmm.
which means that they're all just reacting to noise,
Yeah.
and nobody knows.
My
Which
favorite
is
thing is when
which.
all the permabulls flip bear like super bearish the second the market drops like 1%. They're like, oh, I told you guys this was coming last week when I was talking about going long on Nvidia for the next 5 years.
Yeah,
Oh.
those are great. I did see one guy show, probably a paper account, but who knows? Show that they lost like $250,000 on Tesla calls on Friday, which made
Ooh,
me feel
or they
good.
think the robo taxi was coming. I should have just shorted that. I had 100% confidence that that
I did
entire
too.
thing was going to be complete bullshit. And the only reason I didn't short it was because Elon's such a good liar. But he's gotten bad at lying because of the ketamine. He can't separate reality from his K-hole anymore. And now it's like
Yeah.
really obvious that he's a big fucking liar. So all we need to
Yeah.
do is get Jensen on ketamine. Boom.
Oh
We could
shit.
have the valuation of Nvidia overnight.
This is like a really bad James Franco and what's his face movie? Seth Rogen. We got to get him on K to save the market.
Yeah, to save humanity,
Yeah.
Jensen Huang needs to start doing ketamine.
So my brother has had a lot of experience K-holing people.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, he has had a lot of experience K-holing people. He works in a medical branch, right? He does medical
Okay.
stuff, and it's an excellent deliriant because like it's not like it doesn't like relax your nervous system and stuff, so that way like you don't stop breathing or something like with some other anesthetics. Um, but of all the drugs out there, he said that the only one he is not interested in experiencing is ketamine because he has heard some
Musk
horror
loves
stories
it.
about the K-hole. So I'm thinking that maybe Elon is not stuck in a K-hole so much as he has had such a terrifying, nightmarish experience with ketamine that he's starting to lose confidence in his godlike stature.
Mm. So he doesn't. You're saying he
Mm.
doesn't believe his own bullshit?
Yeah, he
That's the
experienced
kiss of
such a
death for a tech
hellacious
CEO.
trip. He had like a 7-hour trip where he was just in the seventh circle of hell. And ever since then, he has been trying to continue to fool himself that he is being a greater good for humanity when it comes to his lying. But the veil is very quickly lifting.
That's tough.
Yeah. Yeah, you can imagine the cognitive dissonance he must feel every minute.
Mm. Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Isn't
So we
that just
knew.
South Africa though?
Jesus Christ, not going there. All right.
Uh,
Yeah. So anyway, nobody knows what's happening. Half the people are like, "Oh, look at these data points. It looks bare. Looks like the economy sucks. Look at these data points. It looks like it's great." I say, just look at GDP, and we can argue over how much of it is inflation or productivity, but there's really all you can do. Um, it's nice to hear that Jamie Dimon is coming out and saying that fiscal spend is inflationary, um, which is something we've been hounding on for a long time.
yeah,
But
we've talked about that a
I've been
lot.
digging into the
It
tweaking.
still takes a very long time from the point of spending till it becomes inflationary. But we are starting to get there little by little. We
Yeah, I
started
was
to
going through the
experience the
CPI.
first bout of it like at the beginning of this year. And we're probably going to see another much stronger bout of it going into like early 2024 or
Yeah,
2025, sorry.
I was starting to go through some of the CPI and trying to look at some of the unadjusted numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I got a couple of fun ones for you.
Ooh, yeah.
So
Let me hear about the things
this
that are still going up in
food
price.
well, food was an interesting one because it went up 0.4% month over month, and I know that that's volatile, but it was interesting that went up. But I was looking at the breakdown, and of course, some of these numbers are ridiculous, but bread overall went down
Hmm.
minus 0.2%, or minus 0.2% month over month, but it's broken out such that white bread went down almost 1%, but non-white bread went up almost 1%.
That's the kind of
And I want
equality
to
that I could
know,
get behind.
and I want to know what's going on with that supply chain.
Mm.
What is it about white bread? Oh, maybe this is the economic indicator. As people get more money, they get bougier bread.
Mm.
Oh shit, that's true, actually. Here's
So the
another
economy,
factor
based on this,
though.
the economy is roaring.
Yeah, but brown bread, most brown bread isn't like whole oats or grains, right? It's just like wheat bread, which is like white bread, but
Yeah,
they
it's just
left the bran on and added
they
molasses.
just put
And the cost
sawdust in
of
it. Yeah.
sugar has been rising and will
Ooh.
probably rise more after the recent bout of hurricanes. So it may be that the molasses
Oh,
being added to brown bread is increasing the price of brown bread
you know
versus
what?
the
You
price
know
of
what?
white bread.
I think you just nailed it because the next duo here that was very flipped was fresh biscuits, rolls, and muffins minus almost 1%. Cakes, cupcakes, and cookies 1.2% up.
Fuck. I need to.
Cookies up almost
All right,
2%
stream's
in
over. I
one
gotta go to
month.
Costco and stock up before this shit gets too expensive.
Yeah, you gotta start. Yeah.
The
Uh,
Bredicator. Oh my god, can we? We
uh,
can. We have the power.
we do have
We
the
have the
power.
power to make the most absurd. Oh my god. If we do like macroeconomic shit on Gamma Strike, we should just make absurd like economic indicators based off of random variables in the CPI data and assumptions we
Yes.
make about people.
Yes. So speaking of that, let's move on to the meat meter, where meats in general went up 1%.
The meatometer.
The meatometer, yes. Pork, sorry, Dork. Pork went up 1% month over month.
Fuck.
Dork's gonna starve now.
But that was all in bacon and bacon related products.
Mm.
Pork chops went down 1.2% month.
Woo!
Oh, economic
I'm
boom in
back.
Dork's house.
Woohoo!
Dork
That's going,
is gonna eat. Dork is gonna eat nice this month.
dude. That's going. No, I'm just saving the money, and that's going straight to the principal, bro. That extra
But
4 cents.
nobody eats like ham and pork chops.
Who the fuck has
and
eaten a ham in the last 20 years?
Me.
No one.
Dork.
Everyone wants to eat bacon, right? And so again, the bacon's
It's the best
going up
part.
because
Yeah.
as people are getting more affluent, they're buying more bacon, which is what everybody wants. Hot dogs and lunch meats down again. People have nice money, so they don't have to eat that shit.
Yeah.
Poultry's down.
Wait,
Specifically,
are we
fresh.
making an assumption that there aren't people that just enjoy hot dogs? Because I've met hot dog enjoyers. Like people with obscene amounts of money eating hot dogs.
I mean, I like
Yeah.
hot dogs. I like a
Like, what are you
hot
gonna
dog every
switch
once in a
to?
while.
Like handcrafted bratwurst? It's
I
not
mean,
gonna
you
be the
could get
same.
You can get glizzies from a butcher shop. They'll like there's butcher shops that make them, and they're
Oh
hella
yeah,
good.
no. They're buying top shelf hot dogs, but they're hot dogs.
Well, yeah. I mean, the nitrates are what give it the extra flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Eggs up year over year, 40%.
I still don't know what eggs cost.
I don't either.
Like
They're
$5 for a dozen.
Oh, okay.
They're up 10% in 1 month. Eggs are just wild, man. Egg pricing is crazy. Milk's down, cheese is
Swine
up.
flu outbreak in the Parma region's gonna affect prosciutto pricing. Oh shit. That directly impacts me.
Fruits and vegetables up 1.1% month over month. Mostly fruits. Again, probably that sugar. I don't know. That doesn't even make sense. Those supply chains don't mix, right?
No.
But it is definitely all fruit and not vegetable. Vegetables are down.
So you're saying my long dole position, awesome.
Also,
Stay.
this solves the age old question of is tomato a fruit or a vegetable? The
BLS.
BLS specifies that tomato is in fact a vegetable.
Wow, they're morons.
Yeah, it's under fresh vegetables. They're down 2% month over month.
So
But here, I got a couple charts for us. First one's just kind of JFresh's favorite chart about why employees feel like shit. Here, this is the chart of the egg prices.
hold on.
Look at you breaking it out.
Yep. I was wrong. The national average is actually something
Yeah, I
like
was gonna say I
382.
thought it was about like 3 something at my store for a dozen. I think.
Yeah, I forget that I live in the communist states that are like west of
What's
Idaho.
Well, I mean, they have to like fucking helicopter all your food over the mountains to get it to you.
How many eggs do you get in the package at Costco?
I think
I
you
don't
get
know.
36 for the really big one.
I don't buy the multi-tiered one. I just buy the fucking brown ones.
Oh, the three one is 18.
Is it 18? I think it's 20. I think it's 2 dozen.
Might be. I don't go to
Another
I
one
Costco.
that's
have
spiked.
my Costco receipt right here, and it doesn't say the quantity of eggs, but it says that they were $7.89. I think it's 2 dozen. It's 24.
Another one
Okay.
that spiked. Baby food and formula spiked 1.2% month over month. That's gonna piss people off.
Mm.
Because
Yeah, but only like the
young
poorest
people with babies are like the poorest fucking people out there. That's like the poorest demographic in the world.
That's because they're uneducated.
Dude, I had 3 babies. What are you saying?
Yeah, but you had those after you had a
Um,
professional degree and a career.
no, my first child was born 3 months before I graduated with my PhD.
You
Actually,
slut.
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
I was a total slut. Yeah, it was like 3 weeks in the oven when we got married. Actually,
They're just young, not uneducated. If you're having babies under 22 years old, it's
I
probably
was
due to
20.
poor education.
I was 26 at the time.
Ah, okay, that's also you were in a significantly stronger economic period.
Right after the Great Financial Crisis.
Oh no, never mind.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember how old your oldest child was. I thought it was like 6.
11.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
I'm old
never
as
mind.
fuck. Getting
Well,
old.
we were coming out of the economic crisis, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was young.
So,
I was insulated by government spending.
yeah. You were protected by Bernanke.
Yeah, I have a lot I have a lot I owe to him. Um, anyway, food away from home, 0.3%, so still about 4% year over year. Really, the only thing that saved it once again was energy. It can't keep going down forever, right?
I
Where's the bottom in energy?
I buy humane. What the fuck is a humane egg? What do they moisturize the chicken's fucking cloaca before it fucking pops the egg out or something? They just keep
They just,
chickens in a cage and get eggs out of them.
yeah,
All you're arguing is the size of the cage.
despite all my rage, still just a chicken in a cage.
This is why condoms were invented. So you could choose when you have children. I know. Doesn't feel as good, right? You know what else doesn't feel
But yeah,
good? 18 years of bills.
yeah, it's true.
12 seconds of pure ecstasy for 18 years of bill. That's the trade-off.
You know what else has been going up? Which, I mean, these people tend to delay raising prices because they're not usually very good business people, and they only raise prices as they're being forced to.
Etsy?
Gardening and lawn care services. So
Oh.
up over 10% year over year. The last month they went up 2%, which is weird in September.
Hmm.
Because it's kind of like the end of that season. But anyway, those prices are going up still at quite a rapid pace, even though they're resistant to that. Medical care
They're just
services up
resistant to
point.
it because they don't understand margins and they're like, that's what my daddy charged to
Right.
mow a lawn.
Well, they're afraid. Yeah, they're afraid if they raise prices, they're going to lose customers.
Mhm.
And then they end up in a situation where the demand for their services becomes untenable for them to keep up with, and they don't realize that, oh, I can just raise prices. That's true of a lot of small time services, but gardening lawn care tends to be only small services. There's not like mega conglomerates, national lawn care services. There are some, but not. Anyway, medical care services up 0.6%. Professional services up 0.8%, broken out as physician services up 0.9, dental up 0.4, eyeglass and eye care for some reason is down slightly. Services by other medical professionals 1.5%. Hospital related services up 0.3, nursing home 0.8, care of invalids 1.2, health insurance 0.4.
Those are going to
Transport.
skyrocket over the next like 10 years.
Well, health insurance is finally going up after they told us it went down like 33%. It's up 7.5% year over year. Transportation services 1.1%.
That
Car
doesn't
rentals
include
actually down.
airfare, right?
No, it's just leased cars and trucks and
Yeah.
car and truck rental, motor vehicle
Okay,
maintenance and
stop
repair.
reading the CPI report to us.
I'm gonna read the whole thing.
No, don't.
Motor
just...
vehicle repairs, most of it. Anyway,
That's
the
just
point
dork.
is, a lot of stuff is still going
Fucking
up.
dork's just overpaying his mechanic.
Hey! I probably did. What can a serpentine belt cost? $5?
What
I
can one
mean,
banana cost?
actually,
$10?
yeah. They're pretty
I
cheap.
do it myself.
Yeah, I mean, all you got to do is just take off the spring-loaded, roller. Like
I
the
thought you had to pull out the
Daycare.
whole radiator to get to it.
Daycare
Yeah,
up
you do.
6%
Well, not
per year.
you don't have to, right? You just have to loosen. You just have to like loosen one of the, I forget what they're called, the little spinning things. Has like a torqued spring on it. It keeps the tension on the belt, and so you loosen the belt tensioner. Yeah, you loosen that, and then you pop the belt on, you tighten it back up, and the belt's tight. That's fucking super easy.
Okay.
Anyway,
Well,
And
what's
then
the answer to my
then a
question?
serpentine belt is $5.
When does
But
energy
if
stop going down?
if any of your little turny things are bent, you're fucked. It'll fall right back off again.
When does energy stop going down?
Energy's going up right now. We're in a new era of higher oil prices.
I know.
And if
So you're
China
saying that
demand
this-
actually picks up, right, and it's not just bullshit, oil's going to go to like 120 a barrel.
Well, yeah. I'm surprised it's not already there.
Because they've got like migrants like hand pushing barrels of oil through Russia into northern China, and it's just not an effective distribution method.
Mm.
Oh,
It's
speaking
cheap,
of which,
though.
I was looking at like house prices in China. I'm gonna buy some Chinese houses. This shit's cheap
I
as
mean, keep in mind they have entire empty cities, some of which they're
fuck. Well,
demolishing.
yeah, but like Hong Kong, right?
Oh,
You
okay.
can
So
get, like,
not
a-
China.
Like a penthouse there for. I mean, it is China.
Fair.
Whoa. We're not trying to get political here, Gerg.
Oh, sorry.
Have you ever been to Hong Kong?
No.
Not very China.
No.
No,
Mm.
it's Hong Kong.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
The only thing that Hong Kong gets that's Chinese is smog from the mainland. I'm not joking. It's actually really bad.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's China.
Yeah. So maybe it is China.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like energy has nowhere to go but up from here, right? I mean, as long as Israel's doing whatever the fuck they're doing,
You mean
we still have
continue to expand American influence into the northern part of the Middle East? Like the coastal regions of the Mediterranean?
Okay, yeah, tomato.
We're going to
But-
keep doing that because that's good stuff. We want that.
I'm having a thought. Isn't that bearish on oil?
No, because there's like no oil in Syria and Lebanon.
Hmm.
Israel just locks.
Okay.
I mean, like if Israel takes over those two countries, it just locks down all of the shipping out of the region.
Wait, so let me get this straight. We are okay with imperialism so long as it is what now?
You could have just stopped the sentence that we're okay with imperialism.
But we're not okay with imperialism sometimes.
Yeah, like politically, but in actions speak louder than words.
Well, like China
Sure.
tries to do imperialism, and America's like,
Yeah,
no.
we don't like them doing
We're-
imperialism.
We are
Rules for thee, not for me.
we are a democratic empire.
Yeah. We're spreading
That's
love, freedom,
special.
fireworks, flags.
J dams.
Yeah. They're spreading, socialism. Gross.
Yeah.
their flavor of authoritarianism is indeed quite bitter.
It is. It is. What about
Well,
Iran?
yeah.
Can Israel do
That being
to
said,
them? Israel
it's
can
kind
do
of
whatever they
hard
want to
to.
Iran because Iran's also almost a failed state. Dude, what do you think?
Yeah, right.
Iran's like a fucking superpower or something? It's like one city in the middle of a desert.
Yeah, the biggest thing Iran can do is basically melt down one of their own reactors and just let off a huge dirty bomb. That's
And
about the
just
most
ruin
powerful thing they can do.
some of the most beautiful uh, real estate in the world. Unfortunately,
Where?
Iran, Mesopotamia, man.
Oh, God.
Yes, the cradle of humanity.
But, like, not. Because, okay. You mean the civilization. Cradle of civilization.
Yeah, you're right. Civilization. My bad.
Yeah, humans came from Jesus.
Yes.
Who was white, but lived in the Middle East.
Yeah,
Yes.
He was
and
just
tall
visiting after his
and
tour of the
blonde.
Americas. Was
Why
he
wasn't
blonde?
Jesus
I don't
blonde?
think Jesus was blonde.
Why didn't they go all in on that? If you're gonna make a white Jesus, why not make him blonde?
Because
Is
they were
that was that like the
Italian.
compromise? They'll be like, he's okay, he's white, but he wasn't really white, so we'll give him brown hair.
They wanted him to
That'll
appeal
make
to
it okay.
people, and they were
But-
Italian. So
Well,
they
weren't
were
they?
like,
Wasn't he like Jewish ethnicity or something too?
shh, we don't talk about that.
Okay. Sorry. My bad.
Yeah. It is. It is.
You
bad.
know what this conversation means is that there's really nothing interesting to talk about in the market except earnings are coming up. Market's going up. Everything's a gamma max. Everybody's all in long. Everybody's going to pile as
Oh
much.
yeah, did we talk about how perfect my prediction was this week? Where I was like up and then more up?
Yeah, I was close, man. I nailed the I nailed the
You thought the inflation
57,
was
80
gonna
by
be sad.
Wednesday.
Yeah, you did.
And it was
Yep.
sad, but then nobody cared.
Yeah, it was. The inflation was not good. The year-over-year PPI reading was really interesting because that skyrocketed.
Yeah, and they revised higher
Yeah.
previous months.
Yep.
Yeah, those are fun. Yeah, remember, boys and girls, all of these inflation predictions can be revised up for like a year after they're first published,
Yeah.
if not more. They really
And don't forget
it's
that
really
all
a
of the
2-year
jobs
process.
data is being calculated incorrectly.
Yeah, but don't worry, the Federal Reserve is not going to be late reacting to any changing economic conditions, given the fact that all of their measurements are noisy for 2 years prior. They're definitely going to nail it this time.
Yes, they are. And I absolutely do not believe that yields are going to continue to rise regardless of Fed policy.
Really?
That's
Are you being okay?
I'm being
Got it.
facetious.
I got
That
it.
is
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
I will stick with my guns.
Yeah, because I'm still
You gotta be
long
really.
PFIX, and that wouldn't be good for me. So yeah, let's
What is a P fix? What's wrong with your P?
PFIX is it's a put. It's a fund that is effectively a put on the 20-year.
Cool.
Yeah, and it pays like a 10%
20 years.
divvy.
20 years at fucking 4.5% almost.
I know.
That's fucking crazy, dude. The 30 years almost at 4.5 too. This is like, if we get any more hot data, this shit's gonna get gnarly.
And look at PFIX's performance.
I mean, we have hot data. Did you see the last budget that was approved by Congress?
I did not see what's their due budget. 650 trillion.
Same shit, man.
They might as well just write just an infinity
more
symbol
up.
on it and then be done with it.
I mean, they did kind of for at least the budget limit, right? They just said no limit for 2 years or whatever it was. So after the election.
Well, of course, yeah. Everyone wants to make sure their constituents are happy by dumping money from a helicopter onto the rich people with nets.
Yep. But what about the trickle down?
Oh
trickling,
yeah,
right?
that's right.
it's gonna trickle, and then everyone else gets like a little piece.
Yeah, right. That's coming soon, right?
Yeah,
So back to earnings, right?
it's only
US
been like
funded is
35
backdrop.
years, so we just need to give it time.
Yeah.
Yeah, supply side economics is still a thing too. Um, back to back to earnings, right? With all this helicopter money, everybody's doing great. Everybody's got cash. Everybody's spending it. Earnings should be good, right?
Well, we got like 2 more weeks of blackout, right? 1.5 weeks of blackout still left. And then I assume increased buybacks for this quarter, right? Because earnings are going to be terrible. That's the
Why
only
are
way to.
earnings going to be terrible?
Well, because GDP outside of government spending is contracting.
Yeah, but the government, don't they spend and then that money goes into the
Well,
economy?
no, because now all the government spending is just going on interest.
Not all of it.
Like a lot. It's not easy to
Or
carry all those bills that Yellen has hanging off her titties.
Yeah, how long is she
when
going to
do
do
we
that for? Is she ever
visualize
going to
that?
stop doing that?
I mean, she's gonna have to because she's gonna blow up the general account, or the Fed has to make some money for her to keep doing it.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's enough of the crazy talk, Girk.
What?
The government's not supposed to make money. That's not something they do.
That's exactly what they do.
They're supposed to lose
Yeah,
money
that's
consistently.
no.
That's what they do that too,
They
but they make more money to lose.
they literally make money, like they make it.
Yeah,
All I'm gonna say
it's
is
one of their
They
powers.
if
print
if
it.
if we treat the government like a business, I would look at the
Best not to look at
American
the
government,
balance sheet there.
and yeah, I would not exactly feel so hot about the way the government's finances are being. If I was like buying stock in USA, also known as dollars, I'd be like, doesn't exactly seem like they're trying to do anything about this massive unprofitability problem they have.
They print the money. That's
Yeah, I know, but I mean, didn't you hear about the one dude who started a bank and printed his own money and ended up blowing himself up?
also nobody's punishing them for printing so much money. I mean, look at rates. Rates are insane.
Yeah.
Where are all my lines on my charts moved around?
I love this. I went to the fiscaldata.treasury.gov looking at federal spending. The first sentence up on the page answering the question, how much the U.S. government spent this year, says the U.S. government has spent $6.29 trillion in fiscal year 2024 to ensure the well-being of the people of the United States. That's not propaganda at all.
No.
Yeah, my
It's right
well-being
there.
my well-being is very insured by that money.
So spending based on October to August of last year has increased by almost 800 billion, which is a 14% year-over-year increase in total spending.
If that trend continues, that's really bad.
Well, yeah.
Like if that continues
Well,
for just 3
what's going to
years.
stop the trend, right? I mean, unless incumbents just get destroyed on both sides. I mean,
Honestly, it
that's the
would
one
be
thing that they never fight about. They kind of fight about it. They make shows and they make it dramatic but at the end of the day, they all get reelected and they all just rubber stamp the same spending every year.
honestly, they just devalue the dollar into being toilet paper for normal people, and then things might change.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think once energy starts going back up, man, it's done. It's over.
You're right. That is kind of the big kicker for like all these inflation prints and all that stuff. I mean, they've all been predicated by oil just doing this absolutely insane fucking downtrend.
It's just kind of insane how long it's been resistant to going up. And I know that the rest of the world and China is a big deal, but at some point it's like it's got to go back up. Oil's too cheap.
It is relative to fucking dollars, absolutely.
I mean, it's basically below like the this was like the 10-year trend. It's like right at the tippy bottom of the 10-year trend, basically.
But how many bricks have been broken?
Sorry, you guys can hear me, but you guys can't. Yeah, so that was just like a mean reversion. I don't know why my mic was off. The
Kenny
market
muted you.
whisperer.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at it, not much has really changed. It's actually just kind of been sticking around gamma neutral, and it just popped right back up
1
to gamma
second.
neutral.
Oh,
So
are we being left live? I love this. Girk's gone.
yeah,
We can talk about
so
whatever we want.
penis, 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 penis,
Penis,
penis,
penis,
penis,
penis,
penis,
penis, penis, penis, penis, penis.
All
Okay,
right,
continue.
that's enough of that. So yeah, the gamma neutral, it just popped back up to gamma neutral, and it just kind of sits around there for a while. It's been pinging around at or below gamma neutral, which has been flat since August. Yeah, so for the last, but yeah, kind of like maybe consolidating into that range. So maybe something's gonna happen. I don't know. I mean, IWM is full of companies that don't make money, and it's a big fat sack of wet shit. So yeah, it's absolutely a buy. It's a must buy, must own.
Yeah, the worse the company, the more momentum it can gain. Don't you know that?
Momo, baby.
Yeah, damn
Yeah, I gotta
straight.
find that. I was talking to you about this before the stream started. I gotta find that poll of investor sentiment.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
It
Yeah,
was.
it just bounces around in that range. Sorry.
I gotta find this investor sentiment because it was something like, excuse me, only 13% of people's decision to invest is based on valuation, which I think is perfectly encapsulates the last, as well, I guess the story said 20 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
Where is this?
Yeah, not a lot of delta on the upside of for IWM.
Yeah, actually, IWM though, one of the few things not a Gamma Max.
Yeah, it's not. That's true.
There's no
Gamma
like
Max.
it's why
Gamma
would you
Max is
buy
230.
why would you buy any stock that isn't Nvidia? You're an idiot if you buy something that is not Nvidia right now. Why would you ever do it? It's so dumb.
QQQ is not a Gamma Max.
That's not Nvidia. Why would you buy it?
It has Nvidia in it.
Yeah, but why would I
Okay,
do? Why would I only buy
It's
a little bit of
mostly
Nvidia?
Nvidia.
I don't want mostly Nvidia. I want 100% exposure to Nvidia because I am an idiot.
Nvidia is like running into resistance, I think. Yeah,
I
Problem
mean,
with
starting to
Nvidia
fall
is
off.
problem with Nvidia is that
It's
it's
like
not getting more.
$10, $5 more upside.
people aren't really piling into more contracts, right? The delta, I mean, delta's still very high. Don't get me wrong, but it peaked on it peaked before, what was that date? I think it was like June, earnings in June or something. It peaked at like $200 billion, and now it's only at, it's spent like $120 billion since then.
Yeah.
Um, it hasn't really changed a whole lot. Now that being said, the last time it was at like $120 billion, it was trading down at like 88, and now it's trading at 134. So, I mean, I guess it can keep going up as people just keep rolling everything upwards.
Yep. Nvidia might be getting kind of close to a correction.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We got to wait
Yeah.
for that. I mean, the AI narrative is definitely continuing to turn pretty aggressively, but it's still not showing up with Nvidia. I think people are just going to ignore the fact that AI isn't useful until it impacts their sales, which isn't going to happen until one of the hyperscalers cracks, right? Or Elon Musk finally succumbs to the K hole and stops trying to just. I have a theory that I'm pretty sure that Elon Musk is just building XAI to try to drive Sam Altman out of business because Sam Altman burned him on the OpenAI shit.
Yeah.
And and in his mind, it's just like, if there's another competitor, it will just make it even harder for him to make money if we just give
Let's
it
not
away for
forget
free.
that Elon Musk can do it because he's worth $250 billion.
Yeah, but he didn't even have to raise his own money. He found $6 billion. I mean, there's still enough funny money out there that they'll do anything to own Nvidia chips indirectly.
If Tesla falls below gamma neutral, it's going back to like 150.
It's better than it deserves.
Yeah, it is. This entire like recovery in Tesla has just been a big bear flag.
It's all just been one big robo taxi goon,
Yeah.
which I haven't like laughed until I cried in a long time until I saw those five robots in the gazebo just like spinning their arms. It's like Chuck E. Cheese for Silicon Valley dipshits.
My favorite
I
was
was
the
I was
cyber
crying.
taxi commercial. There was like that engineer like standing off to the right, just like operating the vehicle.
Oh my god. I
That
it
event was
hurts
so
my
fucking
heart.
bad.
It
I
hurts my
covered
heart to know that
Upstart, but I mean, Friday was the run, right? Like it was a play Friday. Now it's like, yeah, is it really that? It's not really that interesting anymore. It might have like $3 more upside. I'm not gonna fucking play it though. It always gets like really choppy after that like initial burst, and then like vol starts to get shorted down, and you buy calls, and like they go in the money, and then they immediately go to negative 50%. Yeah. If you didn't play the breakout Friday, you probably missed out on the easy money. All right,
they're
predictions for
probably
SPX
true.
for this week. It's like 3 o'clock already.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this
Well,
shit
to be
up.
fair, you started late. It's your fault.
That's true. Yeah.
Didn't I go first last time? Oh, go.
I go
Oh,
first. I
shit.
won. We have retail sales Wednesday. So I think like all right. We'll do like 860. There we go. Okay. I did mine. Who's next?
I can go. Just move that line to the opening price for Monday.
Which one?
My pink line.
Oh, you prick.
There we go. Wait. No, not quite actually. What was the closing price of SPX on Friday? Where the fuck's my
58.50
calculator?
and 04.
58.1504. All right, thank you. So 58.1504 times 1.004 gives me wait, is that right? Actually, I'm going to get a little bullish here. I'm going to say it's going to go up 80 bips.
Which is
58.6156.
58.61. 56.
Yeah.
All right, you're getting 58.61.53 because that's the closest I can get.
Unacceptable, but I will take it.
All right. JFresh.
Um, I'm gonna say I think we're pretty close to people being all in on the boat. I think we have reached the just about the biggest bubble of all time. I think this week is the week it starts to deflate. Not pop, but it starts to
Deflate.
a little bit. So
Just because Jay
I'm
Fresh said that, I
still
want to change my
end
prediction.
of week 57.25. Just draw a straight line down.
57.25.
Can I change my prediction since because Jay Fresh said that this is the week the bubble starts to deflate?
Can you want to be more bullish?
Yeah. I was thinking like 58.80.
All right. So it's
Yeah.
another 1 sigma week.
Yeah, and actually here's the thing though about this prediction now. Part of the adjustment is that the price will never go below that pink line. If it does once, then my prediction's wrong.
Okay. I didn't know you're adding extra elements.
Well, yeah, because they're going to crush vol so hard that, our balls are going to explode. And
Okay.
that's what's going to happen is we're just going to do like single pancake ticks all the way up.
Wait, didn't you read the the quant GPT report in the SPX thread?
No, I did not.
Oh, yeah, the market's like long tails of VOMA above 58.75, and so,
Oh my God.
it's going to be really difficult for price to trade in that range for an extended period of time.
Oh, wait. Okay, so here's my response to that, though, is what if, and this is going to be crazy, what if people, market participants particularly, right, the big evil hedgies, what if they do this crazy thing that most people don't even know exists called repositioning?
Mm.
Then it's possible. All right, call me crazy, but if the market repositions, we could go up more.
Well, I mean, technically, if it repositions, we'd go down before we go up, but yeah.
Well, you see, Girk, here's the part where you're wrong: is that there's always more money in the vol short stand. All
Actually,
right,
there's not much money left anywhere.
I know that, Girk, but at the same time, the market's going to behave irrationally for one more week because JFresh is still solvent on his own
I'm okay with
ability
it
to predict the market.
behaving irrationally into the end of the week. I'm even okay with like it doing like this also, like just kind of like being flat after it peaks. But I'm not okay with it going up to 58.80.
Well, it's too damn bad.
Yeah, that's all right. It's good that we have a difference of opinions. Still looking
Yep.
at SPX 3 to 5% correction in the next few months. We just had that. We just had the 5% correction. Did you miss it? It was right here. We tested delta neutral and then we fucking ripped to the moon again. And then before that, we had a 10% correction. And before that, we had a 5% correction. 5, 10, 5. So this is the one that I was expecting, and we did get it. But I'm not expecting one right now.
Well, yeah, based on where we are in the election cycle seasonality charts, a downside move is highly unlikely.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck
I mean,
you.
you think after,
All right, that's
you
the
think
end of
after all
that's the end of the
seasonal-
stream. Dork just
you
ended
think
it.
after all the people after saying seasonally September and October are bearish, and we just went straight up the whole time. You think that they'd stop talking about seasonality, but
Nope.
they
won't.
do not.
It's just like I said. Yields up, market up. So easy.
Yields up, market up till dollar down.
Yeah, well, I mean, hopefully spectacularly, but not yet.
I know. Yep, straight up.
I can't wait for Yellen to do the issuance, and it's all just bills again.
Jesus
yeah.
Christ, I know. Yeah.
I can't wait till we
credit
yield
card.
curve control ourselves into bankruptcy. Insolvency? Or can you go insolvent
Yeah.
if you can just print more money?
No, but you can
Her
default.
strategy of just doing it all. Her strategy of doing it all in bills is just, it'll come. The rates will come down soon. Rates aren't coming down, so game of chicken.
Yep. Yeah, rates aren't going anywhere. They're gonna stay high, and I mean, fuck, the 20 years slightly higher, like, well, it's significantly higher than the Fed's projected rate for 2027.
Wait, Dirk, before we end the stream, I gotta pull up one more thing.
All right.
Okay, this is important. I totally was spacing it because we talked about the gallium dildos for way too long.
That's okay. I understand how your focus shifted.
Yeah, I have ADD, dude. You gotta play nicely with me here. Okay, give me just like one more second. This is, yeah, okay. This is good. Okay, perfect. All right. All right, I'm putting a chart into the dick chat
I'm in
for
chat,
us to discuss.
waiting.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. All right, let's talk about this for a bit.
Oh yeah.
Notice where the long end is.
Hold on. Let me get it loaded up on stream.
Just take note of what the so it goes from least recent being the light green to most recent being the light blue. Notice what the long end did.
Moved up super hard.
It went down and then it went right back up.
Yeah.
So you want to say bear steepener so we can end on that?
Yes, that's exactly right. This is a classic bear steepener with a little bit of a bull steepener mixed in because the Fed cut rates.
All right, I quit. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I thought so. You know what? I'm kind of done with it too. I'm gonna cede control of Gamma Strike over to like a Dan. We'll find a Dan.
God damn it!
Not the Dan.
God
Hey,
damn
Dan.
it!
A Dan. Well, they're a hive mind, so they don't like to be referred to on a personal level.
I got the Dan pronoun wrong. God, I'm just.
Yeah, you're
It's
really
like
out of
it's-
touch, man. You're like a boomer.
There's only one Dan.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but I can't. But for real though, I can't stress between red and blue how fucking crazy that is. That's all.
It's
just
very crazy. Yes, you're
fucking
correct.
nuts.
But we've seen the yield curve bounce around so hard, so many. I mean, the bond market has effectively crashed like 7 times in the last 5 years.
Yeah, it's turning into a stock, just like VIX. VIX is turning into a stock. Have you noticed that with its price action?
Yeah.
It's basically a stock.
It
At this
doesn't
point.
have
Well,
a
it's the
price.
measurement of what a stock would be priced at. Were the stock priced based on the spread of 23 to 32 day SPX options randomly selected within their relative to their distance from spot.
Yeah,
But yeah, a
it's a
stock.
stock.
Yeah.
It's basically a stock. And bonds are turning, well, bonds have always kind of been a stock, but a weird one.
I mean,
Now they're
GME is
just kind of a stock.
$23, so I mean, let's just say all the prices are made up.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's agreeable. It's all fake.
What is
Cool.
interesting about your
All
bear
right.
steepener here, and we do have to talk about this now that you've brought it up, which we had so craftily avoided by talking about gallium dildos instead, is that volatility is going to remain elevated despite vol crush due to the fact that the long end of the curve is bear steepening and those portfolios are forced to go long vol in order to hedge. And everybody just bought a fuck ton of longer term treasuries, right? Like we had the Fed cut, everyone went ham, right? Everyone just, they bought as much of the 10, 20, and 30 as they feasibly can to lock in those elevated rates, right? And now they're sitting on 10 to 15 to 20% losses. And the only way for them to hedge that is by maintaining a long position on volatility. And that is driving the baseline of volatility higher, right? So, we're at 58.15 on SPX. The last time we were anywhere near here, VIX was at like 12, right? Now VIX is at 20. And that is not going to change. Those positions are underwater, and until they're out from underwater, they are not going to let go of that long vol. And this happened in 2021. And we saw the market continue to rise despite volatility being wildly erratic, right? And we had spikes in vol in 2021 that were fucking crazy, and they kept happening. And eventually, that breaks, and the long vol, realizes the hedge gets realized, and all of that breaks down. But that's what 2022 really was, right? And so we're kind of moving back into that part of this perpetual cycle that the Fed and Treasury have decided that this is how our economy works now. So
Yep.
something to consider. Also, leverage on the 10-year swap, synthetic swap that we've made up on the Japanese yen. Heading right back to all-time highs real quick too. Almost a 1x increase in total leverage, so an additional 100%.
Good stuff.
Yeah, and really not too far from its actual all-time highs.
The moon,
Good stuff.
everything up. $80.
Everything up. Everything. Except oil. No, oil you don't get to go up. No.
Well, oil's
Everything else.
actually also going up.
That's true. Yeah,
and we
I
could
guess it is
talk about
everything.
that because I've been trading a metric fuck ton of oil lately, and I just want to talk about it because I made so much money. Oil's been awesome, and going long oil when it retests the lows has been fantastic. The next breakout on oil will be a move above $76 a barrel. If it does, it can go to 81. And if it breaks out above 81, it's probably going to 95. And if it breaks 95, it's going to 130. So it's exciting days for oil ahead.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Also, oil vol is up, which I should also say adds pressure to VIX vol. So we have a lot of event risk
Yeah, but
baked
if
in.
oil starts to go up that high, though, Biden will just sell off the SPR he's been refilling again.
What SPR?
The one that he's been refilling.
Oh. You mean the one that's at historically low levels?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
The one that he hasn't refilled it
What
on.
if there was
Yeah.
like a group of like multinational oil producers that didn't want to let Biden refill the SPR at $60 a barrel?
Mm.
Mm.
I mean, I'd call you a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
would
evidence
too,
that it
actually.
would work.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go do stuff. I got people
All right.
here, and then I'll be around later. But thanks, guys. Good talk. This was a fun one.
Yeah, thanks for having us,
Yeah.
bud.
I'm gonna go on. Last parting shot. You can buy gallium in large quantities on Amazon.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, perfect. All right, let's
Yep.
get started,
All right.
guys. I
See you
got a
guys.
All
Betty
right.
Cocker mold.
Yep. You got the dildo ice cube tray to work later,
Later.
man. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hit me up on the Discord if you have any questions I was unable to get to you today. If not, I'll have Pickles Picks out tonight, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is a holiday. Fixed income markets will be closed, but equities will be trading. So probably not a very interesting day, but you know, we'll see what happens. Test Gamma Max, right? Perfect time. Wait till the bond market's closed. What's leverage? Who knows? Anyway, find out tomorrow. Later.